So would you split up 4y and x first? X squared, 4y squared and x squared first. Oh no.
So what would you get if you did that?
You'd get would it just be 4y in brackets and then another 4y in brackets?
I would make the top one, change the top one so it's either x equals or y equals.
Y equals x minus 4.
Mm-hmm. 4 minus x.
Yeah.
And then what would you do with that?
And then would you take it away from 4y squared minus x squared?
You would substitute that for y squared. So the y.
So it'd be 4 brackets 4 minus x close brackets squared
Mm-hmm.
minus x squared equals 12.
Yep. Okay. Let's see if we can solve this one. How do we go about this?
So do we square everything in the bracket first?
Yeah, that might be easiest to do.
Okay, so it would be 4 brackets 16 minus x squared. Would that be right?
You would. What might be easiest is just write it twice,
Oh, right, yeah.
and then just expand the double brackets.
Okay. So it'd be, would it stay in brackets, right? After you've expanded it, because it's a 4, you need to multiply it by.
Correct. Yeah.
So it'd be 16 minus 4x minus 4x and then minus 4x again.
Mm-hmm.
And then just x squared, add x squared.
Mm-hmm.
And then we simplify it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 4 open bracket 16 minus 8x plus x squared
Mm-hmm.
close brackets minus x squared equals 12. And then you multiply everything. Or do you solve as a... No. Do you solve as a quadratic?
I'd fully simplify first.
Okay. So do you multiply everything in the back brackets next?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it'd be 64 and then minus 32x and then 4x squared, add 4x squared
Mm-hmm.
minus x squared equals 12. And then if you simplify it, so it'd be let me write this out. 16 minus 32x minus x squared equals 12. So it'd be 16 minus 32x plus 3x squared equals 12.
Yeah. What did you say? 16?
I said 16 minus 32x. Wait, yeah. 16 minus 32x plus 3x squared.
You did 4 times 16 and got 64.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. It'd be
Okay.
64. 64 minus 32x plus 3x squared equals 12. And then you'd minus 12 on both sides,
Mm-hmm.
which would give you 52
Yeah.
minus 32x plus 3x squared equals 12. Equals 0, sorry. And then you put that into the calculator.
Yep. I'll put it.
So it'd be 3x squared minus 32x. And then add 52. Which gives you x1, which is 26 over 3. X2 equals 2.
Okay.
And then you substitute that into y equals 4 minus x for both of them.
Yep.
So y equals 4 minus 26 over 3.
Mm-hmm.
Be 4 minus 14 over 3. And the other one would be y equals 4 minus 2, which would be 2. The other one would be 2.
That's it. Very good. Yes, you either make x or y the subject and then you sub it in. And it's usually y. Making y the subject is the easy one.
Yeah.
Any questions there?
Nope.
So that was just a recap from the previous one. And
Yeah.
they wrote them as decimals. It's fine. This one is the same. It's fine. Let me just take one last look. Yeah. This one is the same. So this one strikes me as a bit different. Yeah, okay. How do we go about this one?
So y is already the subject. Do we need to change that for the top one?
No.
Okay.
So some of the work's been done for us. So I think we just try to solve it, basically.
Okay. So it'd be 4 open brackets for the bottom one. 4.
No. Y is kx
Yeah.
minus 5.
Yeah.
And so instead of writing y, you write kx minus 5.
Oh, yeah. So write it out as 4x squared minus x, open brackets, kx minus 5, close brackets, equals 6.
Minus 5 equals 6. So hang on, before we go any further, maybe that's not the best. Maybe I'm wrong. They say when x is 1, y is p. And
So when x is 1, so minus x is minus p.
So when x is 1, y is p. So replace all the x's with a 1 and all the y's with a p. Let's start with the first one.
So y with a p, so it'd be p equals k1 minus 5.
Yeah.
Oh, 1k.
Yeah, 1k, I'll just write k. Yeah. So p is equal to k minus 5. So that's very similar. So then do the same thing for the second one.
Okay. Would it just be 4 squared then?
Yeah. Oh, no. Sorry, 4 times 1 squared.
Oh, you said it'd be written out as 4 times 1 squared.
Yep. And what is 4 times 1 squared?
16. 4.
Yeah, bidmas. You
Oh,
square.
because you do the indice first, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it stays. So it'd be just 4 minus 1 multiplied by y.
What is y? When x is 1?
P. 1 multiplied by p.
1p.
6.
Aha. So what can we do with that?
Could you minus 6 on both sides?
Yeah.
That work?
Yeah.
Minus 6. So it'd be minus 2 minus p equals 0.
Yep.
And then could you put that into the calculator?
You could. You could add p to both sides. What would you get?
Oh, that makes sense. That'd be -2 equals p.
Yes. So p is -2. So we found p. Now we need k.
Okay, so we write out. Is it easy to use the top one or the bottom?
Top one's much easier, I think.
Okay. So you know p is -2, and p was y, so -2 equals k -5.
That's it.
So that means we just add 5 to both sides.
Yep.
Which would be 3 equals k, so k is 3.
That's it. So k is 3. P is -2. So it was a bit different.
Yep.
Oh, there's a part B. You then have to find the second pair of solutions. You would then just solve it the same way as any other. That's okay. Let me see. Given exactly one pair of solutions. M is a real constant. Y M -2. Exactly one pair. Find the two possible values of M, one pair. I think I understand this. Yeah. Hang on, let me just see. Yeah, it looks like it comes up a lot. Let me just do something for a second. Any idea how you do question B for this?
No.
Equal roots. Do you remember that? Equal roots means b squared minus 4ac equals 0.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so what is A, what is B, what is C?
Wait, so A is 1.
Yep.
Let me write this across. A equals 1. B is 4.
4k. K is a constant.
Okay. And C is 20k.
Yeah.
And then do we put it into b squared minus 4ac?
Yep.
Okay. So 4 squared, 4k, so it'd be 16k.
Yep. What's k times k?
K squared, 16k squared.
Yep.
And then 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 20.
20k.
Oh, 20k, sorry, yeah. So it'd be minus 80k.
Yep.
And then equals 0.
Mm-hmm.
So do we... we need to... Do we plus 80k on each side?
Calculator.
Wait, so am I supposed to put 16 squared minus 80k plus... Oh, put it into the calculator plus 0. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 16 x squared minus 80 plus 0. Which x1 would be 5. x2 is 0.
And it says value of k, so they want just one answer. Here it says where k is a non-zero constant.
So you'd use 5.
Yeah. So k equals 5. And that's just something that comes up when you put these simultaneous equations together, like y equals, and you sub that in, you end up with this.
Yep.
That's what they did in part A. And then part B, you do that. And then you solve the simultaneous equations. Okay, just want to see. Find the two possible values of m. This has exactly one pair of solutions. Okay, so how do we do this one?
So,
Or just try to solve the simultaneous equations.
would you say, could you simplify the bottom one or no? The bottom equation?
No.
You can't. Okay. So would it be minus y equals for the top one?
Yep. I'd probably
Minus what?
add y to both sides. What do you get?
Mx minus 2 equals minus y.
Add y to both sides?
Oh, sorry, plus y. Just y.
Mm-hmm.
So then do we sub that in for y?
Yep. What do you
So
get?
it'd be x squared minus 2x plus mx minus 2 in brackets all squared minus 4 open brackets mx minus 2 equals 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we write it. What would you do first? Would you do the minus 4 multiplied by everything in the bracket, or would you split up the two brackets and then expand brackets?
It doesn't matter. Whichever you're more comfortable with.
I'll do minus 4 multiplied by everything in the bracket then.
Okay.
First. It's be x squared minus 2x plus. So it'd be So if you multiplied minus 4 by mx, would it be minus 4 mx?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Minus 4 mx plus 8
Mm-hmm.
equals 4. And then you'd expand the brackets mx minus 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be x. Do over here. Mx minus 2. Okay. So it'd be mx squared.
It would actually be m squared x squared.
Because they're two different variables.
Like m is just a number. It's just a letter standing for a number. And so if it was, 3, then it would be 3 times 3. You know, 3x times 3x. And so it's that m squared x squared.
Yeah. And then it'd be minus 2 mx. Would that be right?
Yeah.
Okay. Minus 2 mx again.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus 4.
Yeah.
And then you'd simplify it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be m squared x squared minus 4 mx
Mm-hmm.
plus 4. And then could you put that back in to the equation?
Yep.
So it'd be x squared minus 2x add m squared x squared minus 4 mx plus 4 minus 4 mx plus 8 equals 4.
Yeah. And do you have minus 4 mx once or twice?
Twice.
You only need it once. I think you just said it twice. You just put it twice for some reason. You simplified it. It was minus 2mx minus 2mx, and you simplified it down to just minus 4mx. Oh no. There are 2 of them, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, there is another minus 4mx. My mistake. Yeah. Okay. What is next?
And then you'd simplify minus 4mx and minus 4mx.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be x squared minus 2x plus m squared x squared, and then minus 8mx
Mm-hmm.
plus 4 plus 8 equals 4. Then you do 4 plus 8, so it'd be x squared minus 2x plus m squared x squared minus 8mx plus 12 equals 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then could you do x squared and x squared?
It would
Is
have to.
mx squared and x squared the same number?
X squared and x squared would be. What you can do is you can factorize x squared from them. What I'd probably do is make it equal to 0 first.
Okay. So it'd be x squared minus 2x plus m squared x squared minus 8mx, and then plus 8 equals 0.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the x squared next to the x squared, the m squared x squared. I will put the x's with the x's, so minus 2x minus 8mx. Factorize out x squared. What do you get?
What do you mean by factorize?
So they both have x squared in common.
Yeah.
And so what would be in the bracket if you factorize x squared from both of them?
Or just be x plus x.
X squared divided by x squared.
1.
Yeah. And then m squared x squared divided by x squared.
M squared.
Yeah. And so if you were to expand that bracket, it would go back to being x squared plus m squared x squared. So I just factorized out x squared.
Okay.
Same thing with this next one. Factorize out x. Let me think about this one. Let me think. Let's factorize out. Yeah, let's factorize out plus x. Okay, what goes in the bracket?
Would one of them be 4? Minus, just, would one of them be minus 4?
It would be minus 2.
Okay.
So just divide them both by x.
Wait, I don't understand this. Can you explain it, please?
This question I think it's a bit much. So if you factorize, so for the first one I factorized out x squared. For the second one I factorized out x. And so if they both have x in common.
Oh, so it's the number, it's the one that's in common.
So you just factorize out. You just
They just cancel out. Then you just get rid of them.
Kind of. I just moved it to the outside, so I just wrote it a different way. Wrote it in factorized form. There's a reason for that. If I swap these around, it's 1 plus m squared x squared plus minus 2 minus 8m x plus 8 equals 0. And so now it's in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. And that's because m is just a number. They said that this question, it has exactly one pair of solutions, meaning b squared minus 4ac equals 0. What is b?
Would b be minus 2 minus 8m?
Yeah. So it's minus 2 minus 8m squared.
Yeah.
And what is a? What is c?
A would be 1 plus m squared.
Yeah.
And then c would be just plus 8.
Yeah. And so that is what you would have to solve. And let me just see. I do have. Yeah, and you would just have to fully expand that and fully solve it. It's more involved than I thought. So I don't. I think that's okay. I think that's kind of a weird question. I'm not going to get bogged down in it. You put it in the calculator and it'll say that.
Yeah.
Any questions about that one?
No.
Yeah, but big picture is if it says there's exactly one pair of solutions, then b squared minus 4ac equals 0. You'll reach a stage where you can't go any further in the question, like this one. If you don't know what k is, but then when they tell you, well, it only has one equal root, then you can say, oh, okay, so b squared minus 4ac equals 0.
Yeah.
Quadratic simultaneous equations.
Between a tick and a half.
Okay, so let's see. So this is what I wanted to get to. Simultaneous equations on graphs. What's this all about? If I just go back to a more normal one, the very first one we did. It was this one. I can use my graphical calculator. Oh, I can't. It's not easily. But basically, this first one is a straight line, nothing squared. So the first one would be a straight line like that. The second one is some kind of circle or curve, something like that. And then there's our two solutions where they cross over.
Yeah.
And so this one on the left would be 2, 2. This one on the right would be the 26 over 3 minus 14 over 3.
Yeah.
And that's just...
Wait, so you know for that graph, that part you just showed me?
Yeah.
So is the x and the x, are those the 2 points, and the x and the y, those are the 2 points?
Yes, the two solutions are where they cross over.
Okay.
But the x has to match with the y answer that x gave you. The other y has to match, like the x and y match with each other. You can't mix and match them.
Okay.
So this one, we have to draw these. Make y the subject for both of these. What would you get? How would you do that?
So just like y.
Yeah, so like y equals.
Oh, okay.
It might be easier to start with the second one.
Okay. 3x equals 23. So would you minus 23 on both sides first?
I would add y to both sides. Okay, yeah. Go on.
Minus 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose it's the same.
So it'd be 3x minus y minus 23 equals 0. And then you could add y to both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 3x minus 23 equals y.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do the same thing for the top one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we just want 1y, or can it stay as 3y? Does it have to be 1, right?
1y, yeah.
Okay. So you'd minus 8 on both sides. So it'd be x plus 3y minus 8 equals 0. Then you could add 3y to both sides. So
what was the first thing you did? Subtract 3y from both sides. I would start by subtracting 2x from both sides.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. 2x plus y equals 8 minus 2x, so it'd be 3y equals minus 2x plus 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then you minus 3 from both sides. Minus 3y.
Divide 3, both sides.
Okay.
And so...
Wait, so what happens when you divide 3 on both sides? Well, on the other side, what would happen?
It's basically, it was minus 2x plus 8. It's now minus 2x plus 8, all divided by 3, all over 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So for the first one, you have it as y equals. For the second one, you have it as y equals. And then you put it in your graphical calculator. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And so I can do shift F5 for graphical solve. F5 again for point of intersection. And it gives it to me there. X is 7, Y is minus 2. And what you can also do is put it into your solver. So the original question, put that into your simultaneous equations solver.
What with the two unknowns?
Yeah.
So you put in 2x plus 3y equals 8,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3x minus 1y equals 23, which gives you x equals 7 and y equals minus 2.
Yeah. And so the coordinate of the point of intersection is 7 minus 2. So, so instead of it being kind of algebraic, it's now geometric, using geometry. There we go. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay. So then this one, how could we solve this with our graphical one? Because it's now quadratic, and so we can't do the algebraic way.
Could you work out the quadratic, or would that not work?
What do you mean by work out the quadratic?
Oh, you can't, can you? Because it's equal to y and not 0.
Yeah.
So could you just put that into the calculator how it is, or would that not work?
Which calculator?
The graphical one.
To put in, you can see on the graphical, it has to be y equals.
Oh, so would the bottom one work then?
So the bottom one will work, so I can put that one in.
Even though it's quadratic, it still works?
Yep.
Okay. And then we work out the top one.
Yeah.
So you just minus 2x from both sides?
Yep.
So it'd be y equals 3 minus 2x.
Yeah, that's it. And so that is 3 minus 2x.
Yeah.
This one is x squared minus 3x plus 1. And this time, how many solutions will we get?
Would you get 4?
Why 4?
Well, because you got quadratic 1, which has 2 roots. Would those count?
No. Those are roots. Those are for the solutions for the simultaneous equations.
So would you have 3 then?
Why is there 3?
Because you got it crossing the y-axis, the quadratic curve.
Solutions for these two equations is only where these two cross over, where they have the same x and
so
same
2
y.
then?
Yes. There they are there. We go to this thing, shift, graphical solve, point of intersection. What are our solutions?
X equals minus 1 and y equals 5.
So that's that one. And then we press right and we get the other one.
Yeah.
Let me just copy that and paste it there. There we go. And so, yeah, 2 minus 1 and minus 1, 5. You have to make them, put them into the form of y equals. The second one was already y equals.
Yeah.
This is an alternative method for solving simultaneous equations. You can solve them graphically. When they want you to solve them algebraically to show you understand this stuff, the question will say show using algebraic methods only.
Yep.
And if they say show using, like, solve using algebraic methods only, you have to solve it using this stuff that we did
Okay.
this way. Sometimes it'll give you a graph or something, or it'll give you, and it'll say use a graphical method.
So if it doesn't say anything like that, can you just use either?
Yeah, if it doesn't
Okay.
specify. Okay. Okay, match these up.
Okay.
So 2 real solutions.
2 real solutions would be the middle one,
Yeah.
which would that be b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, so the middle one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then one real solution would be no. So would one real solution be the top one?
Mm-hmm.
And would that be the bottom one?
Yeah.
And then no real solutions is the bottom one and then the top one.
That's it. Very good. So simultaneous equations follows the same thing. There we go. Okay, let's try this.
So we already have y equals 2x plus 1. So we sub that in to the equation.
Yep.
So k x squared plus 2 open brackets 2x plus 1
Mm-hmm.
plus open brackets k minus 2 close brackets equals 0. And then you multiply 2 by 2x plus and 1.
Yeah.
So you'd get k x squared plus 4x plus 2 plus open brackets k minus 2 close brackets equals 0. So what would you do with k minus 2 in the brackets? Or just k minus 2?
I would just simplify.
So could you just do plus 2 minus 2, which equals 0? So there'd be no number there.
Yeah.
So it'd be kx squared plus 4x plus k equals 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then could you put that into the calculator?
We don't know what k is.
Oh yeah, we don't. So we make it equal to k.
They tell us that these two cross over at exactly 1 point. How can we use that to find k?
So if it crosses, so there's only one solution.
Yep. What do we know about it if there's only one solution?
It's always equal to 0.
What is equal to 0? If there's exactly one solution.
Would k be equal to 0 then?
No. Look at the diagram. One real solution. What is equal to 0?
Oh, b squared minus 4ac equals 0.
Yeah. If there's only one solution, then the discriminant will be equal to 0.
So then you substitute what a, b, and c are into there.
Yeah.
So a would be 1 squared.
A is the coefficient of x squared.
So would it just be 1k?
Yeah.
Or just k?
Yep.
A equals k. B equals 4.
Mm-hmm.
C equals k.
Yep.
And then we substitute that in. So it'd be 4 squared minus 4 multiplied by k multiplied by k equals 0.
Mm-hmm.
And k equal k squared.
Yeah.
So it'd be 4 minus 4, and then 4 squared minus 4k squared equals 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then do we minus 4 squared from both sides?
What is 4 squared?
Oh, first you work it out, so it'd be 16. 16 minus 4k squared equals 0. So that means minus 16 on both sides.
Okay, yeah.
So it'd be minus 4k squared equals minus 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then could you add 4 to both sides as well?
This is times minus 4.
So divide by minus 4.
Yeah.
So it'd be k squared equals, and then minus 4, no, minus 16 divided by minus 4, which would be 4.
Yeah.
And then you just square root both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So k equals 2. And then do you substitute that into y equals 2x plus 1? Could you do that? You can't because there's no k in it.
Yeah, there's no k in it.
So we know the value of k now, which is 2. That's question 8 done.
So that's A. And then for this value, find the points of intersection. You could sub it into, instead of doing it, we did most of it already. So you could put it there.
Okay, so it'd be 2x squared plus 4x plus 2 plus 2 minus 2 equals 0. And then we'll just simplify it. Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. Sorry. So it'd be 2x squared plus 4x plus 2 equals 0.
Yep. And so, what to do with that?
Put it into the calculator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it'd be 2x squared plus 4 plus 2. So x1 is just x. There is no 2x's because there's only one solution.
Mm-hmm.
So x is just minus 1.
Yeah, that's why you're only getting one solution. X is
Yep.
minus 1. What is y?
Then we substitute it into y equals 2x plus 1, and you get y.
Very good.
So it'd be y equals 2, open brackets, 2 multiplied by minus 1, close brackets, plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be minus 2, add 1, which is minus 1. So would y be minus 1 as well?
And so, yeah, the point, how would you write it as coordinates of the point of intersection?
Open brackets, minus 1, comma, minus 1, close brackets.
Yes. So just as a coordinate. And there we go. Minus 1, minus 1. So we had to do it in terms of k. We couldn't solve it because we don't know what k is. But then they told us that there's exactly one point of intersection.
Yeah.
And so we know b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. Discriminant is equal to 0. And that's what it looks like. Exactly one real solution.
Yeah.
Any questions about that one?
How many marks would that be in the exam?
Let's see. I just want to find an exam question. So this one, using an algebraic method, So that's a 4 marker, but that's just normal numbers. There's no K. There's no K. No K. No K. So this has a K. That's an 8 marker. It's 8 marks.
So how long would you spend in it? Because most I've heard teachers say like it's usually a minute per mark.
Yep.
So just 8 minutes then on that question.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is fairly common for A level. That it seems like it's a huge amount of work for just a small amount. Let's see. So draw the graphs and then find the coordinates of the points of intersection. Have you drawn graphs with your graphical calculator? Would you be confident putting those in?
I don't have a graphical calculator.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
okay. Let's see. Let's see. Use graph to draw accurately. So, from what I saw, the exam questions were algebraic. On the
Do you need a graphical calculator for the exam, the A-level exam?
You don't need one, but it can help.
Okay.
Let's see. So this is exam question. They want you to use algebraic method. Okay. How do we do this one? Find the points of intersection A and B.
Okay. Wait, so on the graph it shows the y at the bottom. What y does that represent? Is that just the bottom of the curve?
No, that's the entire curve. That's the equation of that curve.
Okay.
Any idea how you solve to find the points of intersection?
Would you? I don't know.
They're both equal to y. Therefore, they're both equal to each other. And so x squared minus 4x plus 16 is equal to x plus 2
Okay.
at the points of intersection.
Minus 4x plus 16 equals x 12. So now would you make it equal to 0?
Yep.
Okay. So you minus x on both sides, which will give you x squared minus 5x plus 16, and then minus 12 equals 12, and then minus 12 on both sides. So it'd be x squared minus 5x plus 4 equals 0. And then you put that into the calculator. So it'd be 1x squared minus 5 plus 4. So x1 is 4, and x2 is 1.
Okay.
And then, so then you substitute it into, would you substitute it into y equals x plus 12?
Yeah, it's the easy one. You'll get the same answer for both of them.
Okay.
That was the easier one.
So for x1 it would be y equals 4 plus 12, which y equals 16. That'll be one of them. And then for x2 it'd be y equals 1 plus 12. So y equals 13.
And so, what are the coordinates?
Pardon?
So what are the coordinates?
For both intersections.
So
the y1, y2. So the first one would be 4, open brackets, 4, comma, 16, close brackets. The second one would be, open brackets, so 1, comma, 13, close brackets.
That's it. You can't mix and match. You can't say 4, 13 because that's
Yeah,
not.
because, yeah.
What are the coordinates of A? What are the coordinates of B? Which is which?
A would be 1, 13, and B would be 4, 16.
Well done. A is further to the left, so the X is 1. It's also further down, so its Y is only 13. The other one is up at 16. 1, 13, 4, 16. Great. Let me see this one. What is step 1 for this? Question 5.
One second. Okay, there we go. See. Wait, so the top two equations. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, I see. This. Okay, so you'd make it equal to each other because they're equal to each other, right?
Yeah.
So you'd write it out as minus x squared minus 2x plus 5 is equal to minus 2x plus 1.
And I think you'll be fine for the rest of that.
Yeah.
That's the important bit. You then make it equal to 0. You then solve for x. You then sub your answers in to get y. But that's the important bit. And
yeah,
it's quite common graphically because, to do it graphically, you need it as in the form of y equals.
Yeah.
Or you usually have it in that form. Let's see this one. So part A is you sketch these two graphs, and then part B is you use an algebraic method to solve to find the points of intersection. What would be step 1 in part B?
Did you write out 1 minus a half x is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 10?
Yeah, and then you solve it from there.
Yeah.
On the same axes, you sketch that one. You sketch that one. I'm not worried. Let's see this weird one. Let's see this one. Find the x coordinate of A. Same idea. You make them. Oh, hang on. Okay. Maybe. Let me just see this. This one. Let me just see something for a second. So these are fine, I think. So this is the only one. Oh, we did one like this. Okay, we better do this one. No. It's very similar to what we did.
Yeah.
How would you start this one?
Okay. So we make it equal to y first. So would you 2x minus y equals 1. So would you minus 2x on both sides?
You could, yeah.
Which would be minus y equals 1 minus 2x. Would that be right?
Yeah.
And then you substitute in.
You'd make it plus y. So let's say times both sides by minus 1.
Okay. So would you put it in brackets? -1, then brackets 1 minus 2x?
Yeah,
How would you multiply? Would that be right? Okay.
yeah. And expand that bracket, what would you get?
Okay. -1. You'd get -1, and then 3x plus 3x.
Times -1 times -2x.
Minus
Uh,
1 times
what is minus times minus?
2. Oh, it cancels out. So it's 2 plus 2x.
That's it, plus 2x. So -1 plus 2x, which is the same as 2x minus 1. -1 plus 2, 2 plus 2 minus 1.
Yeah.
And so minus y is equal to 1 minus 2x. And so positive y is equal to 2x minus 1.
Yeah.
What is next?
And then you substitute 2x minus 1 for y.
Yeah. So
So it'd be
x
x
squared.
squared plus 4k, open brackets, 2x minus 1 plus 5k equals 0.
And then we expand that. We get 8kx minus 4k. What is minus 4k plus 5k?
Just k.
So x squared plus 8kx plus k equals 0. And that's what we were supposed to get. Part B. How do we do that?
Okay. So do we... Okay, let me write this out. So do first... Could you minus x squared from both sides?
Don't do that. This thing has equal roots. Find the value of k.
But you want to put k, keep k on the same side, right?
Doesn't matter.
So could you just minus k from both sides?
No, doesn't matter. Equal roots. What do you know about that?
It's equal to 0.
What is equal to 0?
Oh, it's b squared minus 4ac.
Yes. B squared minus 4ac equals 0. And so it
Find
would,
out what a, b, and c are.
yes, it would be 8k squared minus 4 times 1 times k equals 0. So 64k squared minus 4k equals 0. And you would put that in your calculator and get the answer for that one. 32, so it would be, so this would be 4. But that's how you go about that.
Yeah.
So if it's equal roots, then the discriminant equals 0.
Yeah.
Simultaneous equations on graphs.
Between a tick and a half, probably.
Hey, I'm happy with that. Yeah, how was that for you, Adam?
That was great.
And so shall we do next section next time?
Yep.
Inequalities. Okay. Any questions from me in general?
No.
All right. Well done, Adam. You did great.
Thank you.
And I look forward to talking again next time.
You too.
All right. Take care. Goodbye.
You too. Bye.